I mean, the headlines, everyone's seen them. I mean, it almost gets tired listening and watching them. But I think what we're doing here at UBS is we're going to start from a holistic approach, right? Let's start at the collegiate level. Let's start them as they're rookies and then as they're veterans leaving off into possibly having a legacy that they can leave behind for their families. So I think the approach that we've had before has been more just, let's give them all this money. They're almost viewed as lottery winners, and no one understands the jargon of money. So let's try to simplify that and meet our clients to where they are when it comes to their understanding of financial management.
And what's the biggest task that you have on your hands there, Wale? I mean, I'm interested that you have a separate department. It's got a separate title. Is part of the battle actually convincing them that you're not some elitist private wealth bank from Switzerland or Wall Street or the City of London, and that you're actually on their level? Is that actually the first battle?
Well, yeah, it could be, but the great thing, and then you got to give UBS credit, you got to give us credit, you're looking at the credibility, right? I'm born and raised in New York City. I came from a family that struggled to make it in America, but they wanted to make education and then got this wall of money. And so when they're seeing what we're doing, I lived it, I understand it, and for our athletes and entertainers, they now have a voice to where we're giving our advisors the resources to make sure that they have the capability to manage their wealth.
How much of these bad statistics, Wale, do you think are tied to financial fraud and just shady advisors that have come to the attention and attracted these young athletes?
I think a lot of that plays a part of it. But at the end of the day, it's about knowledge and understanding. And at the end of the day, for me, the joke that I tell everybody, I didn't even understand what a basis point was, and I had $1 million in the bank. I had a 4-year degree from Indiana University and still didn't understand the basic fundamentals of money. Couldn't tell me that I wasn't smart enough. It's just that sometimes when we talk finances, we're talking a foreign language. So it's our job as a firm and as the industry to start bringing this to the clients to their level. And I think that's what's been missing in the past.
Basis points is not necessarily something everyone needs to know immediately. In fact, I always get brought up by my boss when I use that word because it's too niche. Anyway, Wale, what about preferences of where your clients want to see their assets invested? Does it differ from traditional private clients who don't come from the worlds of sports and entertainment, or is the portfolios you construct for them pretty comparable and similar?
I think a lot of them are similar. At the end of the day, athletes and entertainers are really successful people on the stage and on the field or the court, but they see themselves as entrepreneurs and people that want to make their money grow and expand. The difference with this segment, which I think everyone understands, is that this segment, more than others, have this sense of giving back to the community. And we're going to make sure we're holding the hands of our clients, of our prospects, and giving back to some of the communities that birth some of our biggest and brightest stars in America.
How do you think COVID-19 has impacted all of this, Wale, including player salaries and just their handling of their money?
I think right now we're not seeing an immediate impact on salaries, but here's where it starts to get a little murky. As we go forward and as games are canceled, if they become canceled, and the attendance level, which we haven't had a lot of fans in the stadiums, the next couple of contracts and the CBA agreements where the league and the owners and the players get together to negotiate salary caps for each team, those numbers will either stay at the levels that they are, which they've been gradually rising, or they may decrease some. So what that's going to affect is future contracts and the future amount of money that our athletes are going to have in their pockets.
Got it. Well, thank you for joining us to talk about the new initiative at UBS. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.